Welcome to Round the Globe on Aneke TV. First, the headlines. Ukraine's president condemns attack on government building by Russia. Israeli presses prime minister to make hostage release deal. Ethiopia outfoxes Egypt over the Nile's waters with its mighty dam. Aneke TV and Nsubeb explore windows of collaboration. I am Aneke. Now the news in details. The Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia Sverdenko says the country's main government building in Kiev has been hit for the first time in the war during Russian attacks. Mr. Sverdenko said the building's roof and upper floors were damaged and a fire ignited due to the attack. At least 4 people were killed in strikes across the country, including a baby and a young woman who died after a 9-story residential building was hit in Kiev's district. Ukraine's Air Force reported that a record number of drones and missiles were launched by Russia in the latest nightly attack, more than 800 in total. In the meantime, United States President Donald Trump says European leaders will visit the country today or tomorrow to discuss ways to end the war in Ukraine. The U.S. president added that he would also speak to Russian President Vladimir Putin soon as well, signaling that his administration was ready to move to a second phase of sanctions on Moscow. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the sanctions were the right idea and urged European nations to stop buying Russian energy. Meanwhile, more than 15,000 people have taken to the streets in Israel to call for an end to the war in Gaza, urging the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to agree to a deal to free the remaining hostages. Families and supporters of the hostages will still being held by Hamas thronged Jerusalem's Paris Square, with others gathering in Tel Aviv. Of the 48 hostages still being held in Gaza, as many as 20 are believed to be alive. Israel has yet to formally respond to a deal that will see the release of some hostages, but has previously demanded the return of all hostages in any agreement. In the Vatican, a London-born boy has become the first millennial saint in a ceremony steeped in an ancient ritual presided over by Pope Leo. In his short life, Carlo Acuti's created website documenting miracles as a means of spreading Catholic teaching, leading some to nickname him God's influencer. His canonization had been due in late April but was postponed following the death of Pope Francis. More than 1 million people are estimated to have made a pilgrimage to the Italian hilltop town of Assisi, where Carlo's body lies preserved in wax. In the meantime, sky watchers around the world have been witnessing the striking blood moon, a phenomenon that happens when the moon passes through the Earth's shadow, taking on a deep red hue. The captivating display was visible in its totality in several countries around the world. Bringing you stories from Africa, after outfoxing Egypt on the diplomatic stage for more than a decade, Ethiopia is set to officially inaugurate one of the world's biggest dams on a tributary of the River Nile, burying a colonial-era treaty that saw the UK guarantee the North African nation the lion's share of its water. The dam, built on the Blue Nile at a cost of $5 billion, taking that paragraph again, the dam built on the Blue Nile at a cost of about $5 billion with a reservoir roughly the size of Greater London has led to a surge in Ethiopian nationalism, uniting a nation often polarized along ethnic lines and mired in conflict. This news broadcast is coming to you live from Aneke TV. Remember, you can follow us on all social media feeds on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, also here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. Now let's take a quick look at major developments in the news. Ukraine's president condemns attack on government building by Russia. Israeli presses prime minister to make hostage release deal. Ethiopia outfoxes Egypt over the Nile's waters with its mighty dam. And coming up shortly in the news, Aneke TV and Nsubeb explore windows of collaboration. We'll go on a quick break now and we'll be back to still take around the news on Aneke TV. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwankwe.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV. or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
You're still watching Around the Globe on Aneke TV. We'll now bring you stories from Nigeria. The Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has insisted it is embarking on strike action today, accusing management of Dangote Refinery of attempting to bring back slavery into Nigeria's workforce. The union made this known in a statement issued yesterday and signed by its president and general secretary, Williams Akboreha and Afolabi Olufemi. NUPENG has said that it would begin industrial action today over anti-labor activities by Dangote Refinery. The dispute stemmed from Dangote's plan to import 4,000 compressed natural gas power trucks for direct fuel distribution to retailers. And meanwhile, the federal government has intervened in the brewing industrial dispute between the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers and the Dangote Refinery, urging the union to shelve its planned nationwide strike slated for today. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Muhammad Dingyadi, announced yesterday that he has summoned all parties to a conciliation meeting in Abuja. The intervention aims to diffuse rising tensions over alleged anti-unionization policies at the refinery. In a statement signed by the ministry's head of information and public relations, Mrs. Patience Onobia, the minister appealed to NUPENG to suspend its planned shutdown of petroleum operations and called on the Nigeria Labour Congress to withdraw the red alert it issued in solidarity with oil workers. Away from that, some Nigerians in the United Kingdom are seeking legal means to remain in the country as the expiration of their student visas draws near. The moves came amid fresh migration policies and warnings recently issued by the UK government. The UK government, in an emergency alert published on its website last Sunday, announced that about 10,000 international students had already been contacted to leave the country over the expiration of their visas. It explained that the move follows a surge in asylum claims from visa holders. Still talking education, the Enugu State Universal Basic Education Board and Subeb and Aneke TV have pledged to work together. The two institutions made the pledge when the management of Aneke TV paid a visit to the executive chairman of Ensubeb, Associate Professor Hyginus Okibe Banko, at his office in Enugu. And still moving on, the Executive Director of the International Center of Excellence, IRCE, Professor Aleshi Abimiku, said similarities among the different Lassa virus strains offer hope for a single vaccine to protect against disease across West Africa. Professor Abimiku made this known in an interview with the news agency of Nigeria in Abuja ahead of the institution's third annual scientific symposium. Professor Abimiku, while speaking on the Institute's focus areas in tackling infectious diseases prevalent in the region, said the center had conducted a study on both the virus and the rodents that transmit Lassa fever to better understand how strains vary across states and countries. The IRCE is a center of excellence established in 2016 by the Institute of Human Virology, Nigeria. We bring you stories from Anambra State. The managing director of the Anambra State Special Anti-Toutons Court, Mr. Monde Ngokoi, has reiterated the agency's commitment towards ensuring residents of the state remain safe and protected from criminal elements. Mr. Ngokoi also warned miscreants involved in touting to stay off public places, particularly roads, bridges, markets, bus stops, and motor parks, telling them to either leave the state or engage in legitimate business activities. He stated this when operatives of SASA led a crackdown on miscreants and other criminal elements operating under the bridge at the Mpo New Parts Market located along the Onitsha-Oka-Enugu Expressway. It was gathered that under the bridge of the market has become a notorious den for criminal activities where miscreants use the place as a hideout to terrorize and dispossess unsuspecting members of the public of their belongings, especially mobile phones, cash, and other essential items. Now we head to business news. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, has hinted that lending rates may decline in the coming months as inflation continues to ease, raising hopes for improved access to credit and stronger investment flows. Mr. Cardoso gave the assurance during a fireside chat at the European Business Chamber Eurocham Nigeria Sea-Level Forum in Lagos. A statement by the CBN reaffirmed the bank's commitment to macroeconomic stability, a stronger banking sector, and positioning Nigeria as a top investment destination. According to the CBN governor, headline inflation, though still high, has begun to slow down, creating the possibility of lower lending rates once price stability is further consolidated. Mr. Cardoso acknowledged that high lending rates have weighed on businesses, but explained that the CBN's priority has been to restore confidence and strengthen the system's resilience. Now we'll bring you sports stories. The Super Eagles arrived in Bloemfontein, South Africa yesterday without star Victor Osimhen, who has been ruled out of Tuesday's crucial 2026 World Cup qualifying match against the Bafana after their 1-0 win over Rwanda at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. The team departed for South Africa through a chartered value jet flight. They arrived in South Africa at 6:25 p.m. local time as they hope to reignite their campaign in the crunch tie against the host. They will, however, be without Osimhen, who limped off midway through the first half of Saturday's 1-0 win over Rwanda in Uyo after a challenge from Cloudy. And we move to entertainment. 3 housemates, Big Soso, Ivata, and Doris, have been evicted from the ongoing Big Brother Niger Season 10, leaving 19 contestants in the house out of the original 29. The live-action show hosted by Ebuka Lagos also saw K-Bobo announced by Biggie as the most influential housemate of Week 6 after votes by fellow contestants. Still in the world of entertainment, the 2025 Mr. Cosmopolitan Nigeria, Godwin Awaji Iroshua Abiodun, failed to advance the top 5 at the International Mr. Cosmopolitan 2025 competition in Bangkok after officially sashed Mr. Cosmopolitan Africa. The grand finale of Mr. Cosmopolitan 2025 was held yesterday at TM Fantasy Aesthetic Bangkok, featuring top contestants from across the globe. The event followed a structured program that included an opening introduction of all candidates, a swimwear segment for the top 18 contestants, top 10 and top 5 announcements, formal wear showcases, final speeches, special awards presentations, and the crowning of winners. Abiodun, a creative designer and former Mr. Rivers State University student 2023-2024, impressed viewers with his elegance in the black tuxedo round, a segment highlighting formal wear. And that's all around the globe on Aneke TV. To end round the globe, here are the main points. The Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia said the country's main government building in Kiev has been hit for the first time in the war during Russian attacks. More than 15,000 people have taken to the streets in Israel to call for an end to the war in Gaza. We also told you that the Enugu State Universal Basic Education Board and Aneke TV have pledged to explore windows of collaboration. And that ends the news. For breaking news and eyewitness reports, please call 0703-043-7110, or you can send a message across all our social media platforms on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. I am Aneke, and thank you for joining us.
Hello, I'm Bebra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwankwe.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV, or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world. Enugu is one of the 36 states of Nigerian Federation. It is located on a hilltop in the southern part of the country. It has a rich history and robust cultural heritage that boasts its uniqueness. Igbo is a widely spoken language in Enugu State. Enugu is popularly called the Coal City State because of its large deposits of coal and other mineral resources. Enugu has 17 local government area councils. The history of Enugu dates back to the early 20th century when the British discovered coal in the Udi Hills in 1909, which led to the development of Enugu City in 1912 as a thriving mining town. Enugu empowered the Nigerian railway system and electric plants greatly during the colonial era. On the 27th of August 1991, Enugu was carved out from Anambra to become a state. As the home of the Igbo people, Enugu's culture reflected in its music, art, and traditions. Enugu is situated in the eastern part of Nigeria, sharing borders with Benue at the north, Ebonyi at the east, Abia and Imo at the south, and Anambra and Kogi at the west, covering approximately 7,161 square kilometers. Enugu is characterized by undulating hills, forests, rivers, and fertile soil, making it suitable for farming. The state experiences significant rainfall with an average annual precipitation of around 2,100 millimeters and temperatures averaging 28 degrees Celsius. The people of Enugu State are predominantly Igbo, one of the largest ethnic groups in Nigeria. The Igbo language is a fundamental part of their culture and identity, with many dialects spoken across the state. Language plays a vital role in shaping the culture and identity of the Igbo people. Enugu is very rich in culture and traditional practices, one of which is the New Yam Festival, Iriji, which is a traditional celebration that marks the beginning of the harvest season. Another significant cultural event is the Masquerade Festival, Mmong, a colorful display of traditional dances, songs, and drumming. During this festival, different communities come together to showcase their masquerades. Enugu State is also known for its traditional arts including wood carving, pottery, weaving, and music. Enugu's cultural traditions help promote community cohesion, social bonding, and cultural identity. In the past, Enugu's economy was largely driven by coal mining. During the colonial era, Enugu was one of Nigeria's major industrial and economic centers. Today, Enugu's economy has become more diversified with some key sectors which includes agriculture, trade and markets, education and government, tourist centers. Enugu State is an important part of Nigeria, known for its cultural richness, peaceful environment, rich history and tourist attractions. From its coal mining history to its current role as an educational and cultural hub, Enugu continues to grow and contribute greatly to the development of Nigeria.
Beauty is not a mirror's gift. It lives deeper in how we listen, how we love, how we live. It's the kindness that lingers and the courage that doesn't quit. The world may sell perfection, but real beauty is flawed, fierce, and free. It's in stretch marks and smile lines, in stories and scars. When you see someone who glows, it's not their skin, it's their soul breaking through. That's beauty, raw, radiant, and real. The soul is part of us that survives every storm. You can't see it, but you can feel it in silence, in longing, in every heartbeat that keeps going. It asks for more than food and fame. It hungers for meaning, for stillness, for the divine. The soul is where music is born, where peace begins, where truth hides. To care for your soul is the greatest act of self-love. For in the end, what we wear fades, but what we are at our core remains.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, 042. Thank you for joining us today. You're watching Sunrise on Aneke TV. Your cheerful start to the morning and your morning friend, I'm Deborah Nwakaoba, coming to you live from our studio here in vibrant Enugu.
And Uche Osai, wherever you are, at home, in your office, or in traffic, we're here to refresh, inform, and educate. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, and it's Monday, September 8, 2025. We've got everything you need this morning, from news, weather, and what's trending, and that feel-good sunrise spirit to kickstart your day.
So, grab that cup of coffee or tea, relax, enjoy the ride, because sunrise is here.
Yes, and we'll begin with our quote of the day, an inspiring, thoughtful word that is not only educative and encouraging, but also offers insight to keep us focused and motivated.
And right after that, we'll give you today's stories from our newspaper headlines. Key updates that you need will be served hot and tasty.
Yes, we've also got you the weather report for today, covering cities across the southeast, which will help you get well prepared for the day before stepping out.
And later, we'll take you through today's celebrations to keep your spirits high.
Now, so our quote of the day is coming from an anonymous source. And in this quote, it says, always listen to your elders' advice, not because they are always right, but because they have more experience at being wrong. I repeat, always listen to your elders' advice, not because they are always right, but because they have more experience at being wrong. In other words, it's not about assuming elders are infallible, but about recognizing that they've already gone through situations where they failed, and then they figured out what went wrong and can now share insight to help others avoid the same pitfalls. So listening to them doesn't mean blindly obeying, but being open to learning from the lessons they already paid the price for. So Mr. Uche, do you have anything to say on this about just listening to an advice from an elder?
Is obvious.
Okay.
Taking your time to be humble enough, first of all, to take advice irrespective of where it's coming from,
Okay.
is a very positive character trait. Then, like you did say, the elders have the benefits of insight, either from their failures, their experience, and it's all for good. So the key point for me here is having that humility to listen.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where the advice is coming from. But if it's coming from the elders, kudos, because you have the benefits of insight.
Yeah.
It's not everybody that has the privilege to listen to others.
Oh, to get an
yes,
advice or
and then,
something.
you know, I always remember that good old saying in my place, when a child washes his hands clean, you know, he dines with the elders.
Okay.
And that's one of the things, benefits you get when you stay close to elders. You see, you become wiser, more informed, and then definitely your attitude
Yes.
to work, everything
Yes, you
is
be in another
different. It's
perspective.
different, and definitely they always end up eating and dining with kings.
Yes. Thank you very much. Please let us know what this quote means to you, and you can drop your thoughts on Facebook, X, Instagram, or right here on YouTube, all at Aneke TV. And we'll be going on a short break, and we'll return with it will be the weather update. Please stay tuned. Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimi Kemede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwankwe.
My name is Obina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV, or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
Who's coming back?
Weather.
You're still watching Aneke TV. Stay tuned as we take you through today's weather update across major cities in the southeast.
Yes, and we'll be starting off with Oka. In Oka, the morning begins mostly cloudy with temperatures around 24 degrees Celsius. And by late morning, rain sets in and continues into early afternoon as temperatures climb to 28 degrees Celsius by midday. The afternoon brings intermittent clouds with peaks nearing 29 to 33 degrees Celsius before easing back into the mid-20 degrees Celsius into the evening.
And over to Enugu, the coast city wakes up to early rain and temperature rises to approximately 28 degrees Celsius by midday. The afternoon remains warm and mostly cloudy with highs near 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, then gradually cools to mid-20s as evening approaches.
Yes, and in Abakaliki, the day greets the skies with cloudy skies and cool temperatures near 23 degrees Celsius. And showers arrive by mid-morning, and by noon, it rises to around 28 degrees Celsius. The afternoon also brings intermittent clouds and peaks near 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, followed by light thunderstorms around 25 degrees Celsius in the evening before settling near 24 degrees Celsius.
And over to the driving city of Owerri. Owerri begins with showers and a cloudy morning around 22 degrees Celsius. As the day progresses, skies turn partly cloudy and temperatures climb to about 28 degrees Celsius by midday. Afternoon temperatures peak near 29 degrees Celsius, then drop to the mid-20 degrees Celsius as more clouds and evening thunderstorms roll in.
And lastly, in Umahia, the morning remains mostly cloudy with temperatures starting near 22 degrees Celsius. And rain persists into mid-morning, and by noon temperatures climb to around 27 degrees Celsius. The afternoon sees intermittent clouds with highs near 28 to 29 degrees Celsius by evening. Thunderstorms emerge before temperatures dip into the mid-20 degrees Celsius.
So, wherever you are in the southeast today, stay comfortable, stay safe, rain or shine, we've got you covered. This is your weather update today on Aneke TV. We'll be back shortly.
Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwankwe.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV, or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world. Enugu is one of the 36 states of Nigerian Federation. It is located on a hilltop in the southern part of the country. It has a rich history and robust cultural heritage that boasts its uniqueness. Igbo is a widely spoken language in Enugu State. Enugu is popularly called the Coal City State because of its large deposits of coal and other mineral resources. Enugu has 17 local government area councils. The history of Enugu dates back to the early 20th century when the British discovered coal in the Udi Hills in 1909, which led to the development of Enugu City in 1912 as a thriving mining town. Enugu empowered the Nigerian railway system and electric plants greatly during the colonial era. On the 27th of August 1991, Enugu was carved out from Anambra to become a state. As the home of the Igbo people, Enugu's culture reflected in its music, art, and traditions. Enugu is situated in the eastern part of Nigeria, sharing borders with Benue at the north, Ebonyi at the east, Abia and Imo at the south, and Anambra and Kogi at the west, covering approximately 7,161 square kilometers. Enugu is characterized by undulating hills, forests, rivers, and fertile soil, making it suitable for farming. The state experiences significant rainfall with an average annual precipitation of around 2,100 millimeters and temperatures averaging 28 degrees Celsius. The people of Enugu State are predominantly Igbo, one of the largest ethnic groups in Nigeria. The Igbo language is a fundamental part of their culture and identity, with many dialects spoken across the state. Language plays a vital role in shaping the culture and identity of the Igbo people. Enugu is very rich in culture and traditional practices, one of which is the New Yam Festival, Iriji, which is a traditional celebration that marks the beginning of the harvest season. Another significant cultural event is the Masquerade Festival, Mmong, a colorful display of traditional dances, songs, and drumming. During this festival, different communities come together to showcase their masquerades. Enugu State is also known for its traditional arts including wood carving, pottery, weaving, and music. Enugu's cultural traditions help promote community cohesion, social bonding, and cultural identity. In the past, Enugu's economy was largely driven by coal mining. During the colonial era, Enugu was one of Nigeria's major industrial and economic centers. Today, Enugu's economy has become more diversified with some key sectors which includes agriculture, trade and markets, education and government, tourist centers. Enugu State is an important part of Nigeria, known for its cultural richness, peaceful environment, rich history and tourist attractions. From its coal mining history to its current role as an educational and cultural hub, Enugu continues to grow and contribute greatly to the development of Nigeria.